me a long time to realize, and I wish that I had realized it sooner. It's that who you desire to be is who you really are, but it doesn't just happen. It This work is so amazing, but it doesn't work for you. You work for it. But that vision, that dream, whether it's of who you could be and how you could live, how you could operate, who you could love, who you could have in your life, or maybe you see it in the external way of what kind of life you would like to have, how you would like your life to be different than it is now. All of that is a blueprint of who you really are in your full, authentic power, in your divine expression, you living out the deepest truth of who you are, having released all of the conditioning that you've picked up along the way. And when I started, this journey a long time ago, I really I really didn't understand the depth at to which we had to go in order to fully actualize that. And I'm going to come back to this because there was a very specific time in my life where this really started to change things. But before that, something that we really have to learn is that all of the things that we imagine are about other people are not actually about other people. They're about us. All of the things, all of the limitations, all of the roadblocks that you imagine are about other people are not actually about other people. So I'll give you examples, whether you think that it's your loved ones, if you think that it's someone that you're in a relationship with, if you think that it's your friends, if you think that it's regulatory bodies in your industry, if you think that it's someone out there, it's actually someone in here. And I'll tell you, when I really started to dive into this work a while ago, several years ago, it's quite a few years ago now, actually, I had done quite a bit of healing. I had become really interested in mindset and personal growth. And I had kind of started to understand the subconscious to some degree, to a very superficial level. And I had started to realize that I was the product of my environment and my upbringing and all of the things. And so I felt so much blame. I felt so much blame and frustration at, well, my parents, raised me this way, or they didn't give me the codes that I needed to succeed. And then because of that, I had these relationships. And now if this partner, he was a this and that partner was a that, and then this job wasn't right, and all of these things. And what I didn't understand at the time is that I was giving away my power to all of those things, because in a way, I always knew that I was meant to do these great things. I always knew that I had this potential inside of me that was waiting to be unlocked, but I thought that it was blocked by other people, by these situations, by life circumstances, by the hand that I was dealt. And it took a lot of time and a lot of learning and a lot of growth to really kind of shift out of that. And I will ask you how this is the thing. Patterns repeat. Okay, we have to become pattern breakers. Okay, one of my favorite universal laws as I teach them is the law of patterns and cycles. Okay, and so the cycles in our life will repeat again and again and again until we break the pattern of who we're being that creates that cycle. And we can see this in relationships. When a relationship loops over and over again, maybe we go through this like same fights and then same periods of ease, or maybe we just repeat the same kind of relationship. Every 2 years we're having a breakup with the same parameters. That's cycles repeating in your life. Maybe you find a new career or a new thing, a new idea, a new job, or you get a promotion and you get really into it for a while, and then you hit this 1 year, 2 year mark and you go, oh, it's not really fulfilling, it's not really that. That's a cycle that's repeating, and you will be doomed to repeat the same cycles in your life until you break the pattern of who you're being. Until you break the pattern of who you're being. And so the beauty that I have learned is that in these moments when we are feeling frustrated with people in our lives or whatever things that are coming up, we're feeling like this is a roadblock. This is actually the opportunity to break the pattern because it's coming to the surface. So normally it's so unconscious that we don't even know that it's there. But when we're feeling that frustration, when we're feeling that blame, when we're feeling that judgment, that's actually the time that we are the most empowered to break that pattern. We just have to know how. And so I'm going to run you through a little bit of the how right now, because these kinds of breakthroughs that help us break the pattern of who we're being so we can step into our authentic power and live this dream life that we have, this full authentic expression of who we are, is so possible. And it relies on us taking these steps and this, the work that all of the work that I do, but these steps that I'm about to show you. So first of all, think about the person that's the face of these blocks. The person, the face, the thing, the situation, whatever it is, think about that. What is the face of these problems? And now say all the things in your mind or out loud that you want to say about them. I can't be who I want to be because of you. If you were different, I could be more successful. I'm trying to be a better person, but I keep being dragged down by you. If you were different, then I can be different, whatever it is. If clients would buy from me, if more people would buy from me and see my value, then I could stand in my power, whatever it is, say that. Now bring it back to you. If you said, if you were different or I could be different, say, if I was different, if I wasn't so hateful, if I wasn't so angry, if I wasn't so imperfect, whatever. And this might feel uncomfortable. You might start to feel a sensation in your body. That's good. That's energy, blocked energy starting to move. Now you ask yourself the question, those things that you're saying about the other person, what part of you believes them about you? So you go, maybe you said if you were different, well, what part of me believes that I'm not different enough to be successful? Maybe you said, oh, that person, you're so lazy to someone. What part of me believes that I'm too lazy to be who I want to be? Notice what comes up. Notice any sensations in your body and really sit with them. Whatever's coming up, whatever part you're becoming aware of, is a part that you've been trying to escape from to get where you want to go. And that's why it isn't working. We don't get where we want to go by escaping from ourselves. We don't break patterns and have breakthroughs from escaping from ourselves. We have breakthroughs and break patterns by facing ourselves. And so all of the things that you've been projecting out and thinking, well, it's this other person, it's actually you. Because there's this part of you that you think you have to escape from and reject in order to get where you want to go, when in fact, it's not about any of that. It's about you coming into wholeness with who you are. So this is the thing. Can you bring love to the part of yourself that's coming up? Maybe you've just discovered that you think there's a part of you that's lazy, that's unsuccessful, that's not good enough, that's too depressed, that's any of a million things. Can you bring love and acceptance to that part of you that you've been trying to run away from? Maybe you were said, my partner did, if you know how to be in a relationship, and it's the part of me that doesn't know how to be in a relationship. Can I bring love to that part of me? Love and acceptance. And you're not accepting that behavior. This is the lie that our mind tells us. The mind goes, if you accept that part of yourself, then you're going to be doomed to repeat it forever. No, that's the pattern that keeps the cycle going. This is what breaks the pattern. Coming into wholeness bringing love and acceptance to the parts of yourself that you've been running away from. So can you love the parts of yourself that you hate? Can you love and accept the parts of yourself that you don't like? Can you love the part of yourself that you've been trying to escape from? How much can you love that part? Can you feel the energy shifting in your body? Let it shift. Let darkness shift to light. Let heaviness shift to freedom. Let what's dense and heavy become golden, light, and free. Let yourself shift and come into wholeness and start to break a pattern of trying to escape from yourself, of trying to reject yourself, and bring a little more of who you are into your heart, into the whole, into the totality of who you are, into that authentic, full expression of who you are. This is how we do the work. This is how we break patterns. This is how we create breakthroughs. This is how we tap in to our authentic power. Our authentic power is us, all of us, not the version of ourselves that we imagine that we need to be if we could just get rid of all the bad parts. That's why we're not authentic. That's the problem. All those parts come into the whole. All those parts we're trying to escape from are how we come into the full expression of who we want to be. But it is terrifying. It is terrifying because this primal part of you has been programmed your whole life to believe that you have to reject these parts in order to be accepted, to be successful, to be worthy, to be lovable. The list goes on and on and on, right? We know about all the beliefs. But that's not how it works. It's you coming into the whole and facing and accepting who you really are. Shadow, messy bits, skeletons in the closet, all of it. All of it. You have to bring all of the invisible parts into the whole. That's what authenticity is. That's how we unlock our authentic power. It makes sense, right? Because you think, well, if it was easy, like, why don't people do it? Well, because it's terrifying. It's terrifying because your whole life, what you've practiced is that I can never accept this part of me. And that's the very thing that keeps you stuck in the pattern of who you're being, that keeps the cycles moving in your life. This is how we break the patterns. We've got to have courage. We've got to be able to face what's there and bring it into the whole and bring love to it, love for ourselves. We can't love and heal and do all the things for others. We can't be the best version of ourselves. We can't have amazing relationships. We can't, have a business that's of service to the world until we find that wholeness and that love within ourselves. And we shift into a new pattern of being, a new paradigm, which creates new cycles that are a match for who we know we can be, because who you know you can be and who you desire to be, that's the truth. The lies are what get in the way. The truth is that that's who you really are. The question is, will you become it in this lifetime? This is how we break patterns. This is how we tap into our authentic power. This is what my work is all about. This is what my work is all about. It's my favorite thing in the world. And it works so beautifully. This has been proven to me again and again and again through, first of all, my own life and my client experiences, sharing their genuine experiences, their genuine breakthroughs, just proving how much when we do this work, our life can change. And I even have seen when I used to run like business containers and inner work containers, I often found that the people in my inner work containers had more strides in their life, both personally and professionally, than those in business containers. And it's because when we unlock this light within us and this truth of who we are, we start to create the life that's the match for that. But we have to be courageous. We have to be brave. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not this fun thing where someone waves a magic wand and you're perfect. Although there are moments that are like that within the journey. but it's finding this courage to face the parts of ourselves that we've been running from our whole life. This is exactly the work that we're doing inside the breakthrough experience. In fact, this is such an incredible container because you get me in a group setting working on you one to one like this for 6 months. For 6 months, this container is so incredible, and I'm so excited. We actually have our call, our first breakthrough call in 6 minutes, 7 minutes, I think, maybe 8 minutes. I can't do math. I can't do math right now. That's limiting belief. And it is going to be such a beautiful journey. It is such a beautiful journey. I love this work so much. I'm so excited to share more of it and to have this space to work with people so deeply. And today is the last day to jump in at the opening price, which is really priceless when you think about what it is to break these patterns and step into a new you. But the price will be increasing at the end of the day today, and it will still be available for you to join until the end of August. But this is the place to create breakthroughs. And I want to say this, and I never used to say this because I didn't want to disempower people. I didn't want to disempower people. So I always wanted to say, you can do it like no matter what. But this is the thing, this work is hard. And it really there's a lot of people that talk about this kind of stuff, but there's not a lot of people that are actually creating these consistent breakthroughs in themselves and, more importantly, in their clients. And this is why I've continued to train with the best of the best in the world in all of these different things and all of these different modalities, and continue to refine my own craft and my own practice, because it takes a lot. Okay. I've had so much of this work done on me, and there are still things that I'm growing through. Okay. And so the thing that I used to not want to say was, that you can do it yourself. And I don't want to disempower anyone, but you really need help. You are going to hit a ceiling. That's what glass ceilings are. You will hit a ceiling. You will hit a ceiling until you get assistance. It doesn't have to be this thing, but just want to recognize that's why things like therapy and coaching and energy healing and all these things matter, because you will not be able to crack the code and break the pattern of who you're being on your own. I'm not saying this to be limiting. I'm not saying this to be negative. It's just the truth. I've realized that it's actually worse for the world when I don't own this truth, that you need help. We need help. I need help. I have incredible people that I see. You will repeat the cycles in your life if you do not break the pattern of who you're being. But the beautiful part is you can create new cycles in your life by creating new patterns of who you are. But it is a deep, deep journey into the inner world. It takes courage, and it takes being held by someone that really understands this work and really understands how to go deep and how to bring you face to face with these parts of yourself that you have been running from. And some of them, what we did today, is more like conscious, subconscious, but there are deeply unconscious parts as well, and things in your energy that are so what's the word? They're so invisible that you would never even think to look there, which is why I'm so into energy work, because it allows us to get to all of these beautiful things. But I'm going to leave you with that. I think the price is supposed to change now, but I'm going to extend it to the end of the day, because I was supposed to make this video yesterday and I had a sore throat, so I delayed it until today. So if you've been waiting, if you've been on the fence, perhaps this is your sign to jump in to the breakthrough experience and break the pattern of who you've been being, tap into your authentic power, break those cycles, create new patterns, and step into this full, beautiful expression of who you are, and really accept that this dream, this desire, this vision for who you are and who you want to be, that's the truth. It's not a wish. It's not a dream. It doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter what you think that you think other people think. It's all about you and your relationship with yourself, and unlocking deep, profound, transformative personal power within you. And you can do this kind of incredible growth and change, and it's more than possible. It's probable. The very fact that you're here means that you're already on a certain frequency of change, of breakthrough, of leveling up. So let that be the truth. Take that into your heart, into your body, into your being, and really sit with whatever came up today, and make a practice of bringing more love and more acceptance to yourself. Thank you so much for joining me today.